Okay.
We're recording. Well, welcome everybody to the Silicon Beach Group Pitch Night. It's very exciting. We've come in from all sorts of different places around Australia, and obviously if you probably look around the room, you'll see some very tired, exhausted Melbourne pasty white people because we're all locked in our houses. But it's lovely to be here, and I think just probably on behalf of all the Melburnians, it's lovely to see all the faces. So if you can switch on your screen and video, we'd love to see your face because we don't get to see many of them. So before I actually get started with the proceedings for tonight, I'd just like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land that we've all gathered on today from wherever we are sitting. So I'd like to pay my respects to the elders past, present and emerging, for they hold the memories, the traditions, the culture and hopes of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples across the nation. A better understanding and respect for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander cultures develops an enriched appreciation of Australia's cultural heritage and can lead to reconciliation. And this is essential to the maturity of Australia as a nation and fundamental to the development of an Australian identity. So welcome officially everyone. So I'd like to begin tonight by stating that the primary mission of Silicon Beach Group is to empower founders. As such, our vision is to create an environment where founders can feel supported, educated and empowered to fulfill their startup vision and values. So tonight's session is all about providing a platform for founders and startup owners to feel supported, comfortable, open and connected. And we encourage you to share your thoughts, your feedback, your asks, and for those of you who like to, your pitches with this extraordinary community. So a little bit of housekeeping points before I hand over to our Admiral Athula. So please note, as I mentioned, we are recording. Please mute your video and so that we can limit that noise. And familiarise yourselves with the clap and the thumbs up icon because it's really great to be able to show those when someone's pitched. And so we can show our appreciation. So we really encourage the chat. So please introduce yourselves in the chat and really provide that encouragement and feedback to the pitches. So Athula, over to you to say a few words on our sponsors.
Thanks, Karen. Okay, thanks once again, everyone, for coming in. Some of you are not from Melbourne, so you could have been anywhere this afternoon, but you have opted to be in front of your screen, joining and encouraging and inspiring our founders. So thank you so much. I need to say thank you to our sponsors. I'm very excited to introduce a new sponsor who had a fantastic event last Tuesday at lunchtime. It's a startup Onramp. It's an online course. They have launched a founders course, especially during this COVID times. They had a course, in-person course for new founders, first-time founders, and people who want to be founders to reduce their chance of failure, take through the systemized process of doing business model, canvas, and finding out how exactly to focus on the problem they're solving. It's a very interesting course. I have had a look at it before I took them on as affiliate partners. So I will put that link shortly on chat. When you click that link and go to the course, there you'll get 50% off the course. And also Silicon Beach gets something for everyone who signs up to the course. So they're helping us empower more founders. So I'll put that link up there. Startup Onramp is a very new partner in our mission to empower founders. So that's our first sponsor. And I will now hand over to Talt, who's from Allied Legal, our second sponsor today, to tell us a little bit about Allied Legal and an exciting event they're having next week. Over to you, Talt.
Thanks very much, Athula. Thanks for the introduction. Yes, my name's Talt. I am a commercial lawyer and business growth advisor with Allied Legal. We're very proud sponsors of Silicon Beach. We just think that the work that Athula and the Silicon Beach team does is fantastic. I'm seeing a lot of familiar names and faces, Cloud, David, Andrew, among others, who have come to our events in the past. So obviously many of you are familiar with us. So our director, Rahul, is a highly experienced and credited commercial lawyer, and our other director, Inder, is a very experienced business growth and business development advisor. We specialize in startups, and we basically just love to see startups and founders succeed. As part of that, next week, we are running a webinar with Athula and Silicon Beach specifically talking about how to pitch to investors as a startup. So we're going to be covering off some topics like how to prepare for a meeting with an investor, some common pitfalls to avoid, and some true and tried methods in terms of pitching techniques to really bring that investor home. So we're really excited about that. We would love to see you guys there. So please come along and pay attention to the updates from Silicon Beach and the folks over at Athula. Otherwise, I hope everybody enjoys their night. I've dropped our company LinkedIn and my personal LinkedIn in the chat box, so please reach out. We do offer 30-minute complimentary consultations, and we love when people come to us from Silicon Beach. So thank you very much, and back to you, Athula.
Thanks, Don. Yeah, that event he mentioned is happening on Wednesday, 12th of August at 12:30. The meetup event has not gone up. We only finalized the details today, so it'll go up tomorrow. So keep that time slot free. It's a very important one for most of you all pitching tonight. It's about how to pitch to a potential investor. So Wednesday, 12th of August at 12:30. You need to RSVP via meetup or Eventbrite. The event should go up tomorrow. The next sponsor is AppDemo Videos. Adam is in the house. Adam, I'll make you a co-host. Do you want to share your screen?
Sure. Let's see.
Yeah, I have made you a co-host.
There we go. So
okay.
I am Adam Weiss, and I am the founder of AppDemo Videos. We do videos for the tech industry, and specifically for a lot of mobile apps, software systems of all sizes, from anything from a calendar app up to massive enterprise software. We're doing some videos for an enterprise software made by IBM right now. So across the board, we have been supporting Silicon Beach for a few months now. We've made videos for them, and I wanted to give a couple of little examples of the kinds of things that we do. Oops, wrong button there. So AppDemo Videos, we make videos of all sorts, everything from app previews for the App Store through extended tutorials and even investor pitch videos. So we certainly can help you with your investor pitches, especially now that you can't meet investors online nearly as much. And we have some great success stories of all sorts. But we are also offering live streaming at the moment, and I wanted to bring that up because live streaming is certainly important for those of us in Melbourne and important for everyone at the moment. If you have any live events that you're doing online that you need to spruce up a little bit, make them a little bit more professional looking with graphics, music, those kind of things, we're happy to talk to you. So anything across the whole spectrum, any videos for technology, get in touch with us. I will put our link in the chat, and if you are a Silicon Beach member and you have attended one of these events, we are also offering discounts for people. So please get in touch if you are interested. Thanks.
Thanks, Adam. Okay, can you stop sharing the screen? Thanks, because I don't think okay. Okay. Let me, okay, the next sponsor is, can everyone, Adam, can you stop, okay, retrieve co-host permission? What does that do? Okay, right. Next sponsor is Yalmaa Digital, yalmaadigital.com.au, which Yalmaa is spelled Y-A-L-M-A-A. I will put all these links to sponsors in the chat. They are a web design and app development company. They are actually based in India, but this Fires, their principal, is based in Melbourne, so they could give you a very competitive price for all your e-commerce sites or even mobile apps or anything like that. So contact them. Those are the community sponsors. We have a special announcement from another sponsor, ACASE. It's Australia-China Association of Scientists and Entrepreneurs, I think. I hope I got that right. Philip from there is here in the room to tell us about a special event they're having. I'll make you a co-host as well, Philip, if you want to quickly say a few things about the pitch night coming up.
Yeah. Thank you. So I just share.
Can you speak a little louder, Philip? You're
Yep.
a bit faint. Yeah.
Would that be all right?
Yeah, that's good.
Cool, thanks. So nice to meet you, everyone. This is my first time here, and thanks to Silicon Beach to having me here today to introduce the upcoming Nexus Fintech Competition. So actually, Fintech Competition is organized by City of Melbourne, City of Nanjing, and Nanjing Pukou High Tech Zone, and Runaway and ACASE. And we would love to support the entrepreneurs to research, launch, and expand into the Chinese market. So actually for this Nexus FinTech competition, the main timeline is the application close at 31st August. And on the 6th September, 6 projects will be chosen for the pitch day. And then on the 15th September, we will have a long online pitch day for 1 hour and 45 minutes. So each pitch will have 5 minutes and followed by 8 minutes Q&A. We will also arrange the simultaneous interpretation, so which will provide to keep the judges in Nanjing on the same page. And on the 17th September, the winning team will be announced. And on the 22nd September, we will have the forum and the award presentation. So if you have a fintech idea and want to win some valuable cash prizes and join the leading accelerators, we are looking forward you to apply for this competition. And if you look into the Chinese market or look into for the venture capital from China, we also welcome you to join this competition. So it will be a $5,000 in cash, and one step forward, we could also provide a Key Porsche International Accelerator program with the cash and $200,000 in support. I will have the website posted in the chat. So if anyone have an interest, please feel free to reach out. And thank you very much. And that is from me from today. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Philip. All that information will be on chat, and also it will go out to all the Silicon Beaches via mail out, because ACASE has sponsored that event, that particular event, so you'll get details from that. That was a rather long segment, Karen. Sorry about that. We're getting sponsors, so
that's all right. That's awesome.
Thing.
It's good for us to know, and they support and power our community. So yes. I'll just quickly run through the names of our community partners, which donate their time and service to the group. So I just wanted to acknowledge Awake by 5 a.m, Co-Roster, Easy to Visa, Go Viable, which Robert's here, you can give a wave. Legally Yours, which is obviously myself. I'm the CEO of Legally Yours. Simpatico, Think Innovation, and Wake Up on Earth. So without all of these sponsors and community partners, we really could not power this wonderful community that we have. So on to tonight's agenda. We actually have 9 pitches that registered tonight. So each pitcher will have 90 seconds to pitch, and Athula will sound a little sound to let you know when you've hit the 90-second mark, and that's for you to wind up your pitch. And you will get a chance to add some other stuff when we're giving you feedback during the pitch. So after each pitch, we will have a short amount of time for people to ask questions and provide feedback. So we really need all of you to get involved if you can tonight. So often a lot of what we find is the pitchers, it might be their very first time ever talking about their business. So we really need to support them and give them really good, constructive, empowering feedback. So we've actually asked each pitcher to state clearly in their pitches their name, their business idea or description, their target audience, what problem they're solving, and also their ask for tonight, whatever that ask may be. So if we'll put that in the chat, and then hopefully everyone can kind of make a note. And we have got some people in the audience that are going to provide feedback on how well that was. But just a little note to make it constructive and supportive, because obviously our aim is to empower the founders. So after the formal pitches who've registered have concluded, I will open the floor if we've got time for some impromptu pitches. So if you do want to do an impromptu speech and you're inspired, please message me privately on the chat, and I'll actually announce you and pop you in there after that time. And if we do get time, which I don't think we will, we may have some breakout rooms or just some networking after the fact anyway, so you can stay on board. So let's get into the pictures because that's why we're here. So our first picture is Brendan Coram from ID Games. So Brendan, I will ask you to mute yourself. Athula, have you got the timer all set and ready to go?
Yes, when Brendan's, are you ready, Brendan?
I think so. If you can hear me, I'm ready.
We absolutely can. All right, Brendan,
Go.
You have got the floor.
Thanks very much. I'm Brendan Coram. I founded Idea Games about a month ago. We design and run board games for workshops so that teams can create better ideas. Our target market is facilitators, trainers, businesses and innovation agencies, so quite broad. But let me introduce the problem that we're trying to solve. Who remembers the last time they went to a brainstorm? Probably quite a lot of you, probably quite a lot of mixed experiences. My experience is one where half the people turn up with the ideas already in their back pocket and then quickly move into defense mode, defending those ideas to the death, blocking any new ideas from coming in. When new ideas do get suggested, it becomes a popularity contest and one of politics rather than an opportunity to evolve new ideas. In fact, it becomes a lot like Game of Thrones, but with Post-its. We thought it was time to play a different game, something more fun, something more imaginative, and something more effective. So we combined creativity science, which is a thing, with gamification to reimagine the way we brainstorm. Our board games and card games can be played online and offline. They increase team engagement, they accelerate innovation programs, and they help people find their best idea, not just their first idea. We're currently in concept and we're asking for play testers. So we would like people to go to our website, ideagames.com.au, and sign up as a play tester, and then we'll get in touch with them and work through that process. That's it from me.
Okay, spot on. I didn't have to ring the bell. Thanks, Brendan.
Amazing. And let's feel free to put your reactions in there and to thank, and can't believe you started your business a month ago, so that deserves an extra round of applause too. Absolutely phenomenal. Well done, Brendan. So this is now our time for a couple of minutes of feedback. So let me know if people want to ask some questions or put some feedback around what you thought of Brendan's pitch as well. So anyone want to jump on in?
Feel free to unmute yourself.
Yes, unmute.
I can ask him something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone talked before me, I think, Karen. Someone
David?
said hello and then.
That
No?
was me. That was me.
Yeah.
Go,
Yeah.
David.
I just wanted to say, Brandon, that was amazing. You covered all the points elaborately. There is not much more to ask from my side, but please put the link, and there already it is, put the link in the chat so you're on top of your game. Well done, man.
Yes, Cloud, do you want to say something?
Yeah, that was a really good pitch. Yeah, well done. I just want to ask him, if that goes only, these games goes only for brainstorming?
No, we're covering the whole end-to-end life cycle of innovation. Brainstorming is the most tangible starting point. And unfortunately is a place where a lot of businesses try and start anyway, which is, let's jump straight into the ideas. We've got games to explore the problem. We've got games to explore bias and to evolve ideas into more value creating concepts. And we're hoping to develop broader games that bring all of this into play. We've started looking at some partners with companies like Binnacle to kickstart us so we don't have to build all of the games from scratch.
Yes.
But right now, there are a lot of concepts floating around, but yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Karen, may I say something, please?
Yes, Sebastian, go.
Good job, Brandon. One suggestion, it might be just we didn't have time. For future pitches, you might like to have some slides of bullet point.
It's not. It's a bit hard to allow slides in a 90-minute pitch.
90 second,
90
not 90
seconds,
minute.
I was
If it was
considering
90
a
minute.
slide with a picture of Game of Thrones on it and nothing else, just to focus people's attention on
Well,
the
yeah,
problem.
there are
But
definitely
yeah,
benefits of having size. I know the time limit is short,
Yeah.
but that shouldn't be any excuse for not including tools that
Yeah.
help.
Thanks,
Rod,
Sebastian. I think, yeah, Rod,
Rod,
do
you
want
put
to
up your
say something?
hand. You had
I
to
did,
say
yeah,
something.
thank you. Look, I don't have a question, but I've spent many years in corporate life here and overseas, and I absolutely, the principle of trying to go into a strategic meeting where a process to engage creative thinking rather than prejudice as you walk into the meeting room. I think I don't know anything about that particular model, but certainly the principle has certainly got legs from my point of view, because so often you go to corporate meetings and it goes round in circles with people's preferred previous ideas. So well done for thinking of it. I wish you the very best.
thank you.
Thanks. Let's go
Well
to the next
done,
one,
Brendan.
Karen.
Yeah, fantastic, Brendan. Congratulations and lots of constructive feedback. So everyone keep note and we'll get to the next one. So Jimy, you're up from WhatsYourz. Take the floor.
Yeah, can everyone hear me?
We certainly
Yes,
can.
I'm starting the clock now. Go for it, Jim.
All right. So hi everyone. Before we start, just by a raise of hand, how many people do practice sports or like sports?
Not me.
And so how many of you had to stop practicing sports because of COVID?
Me, I do swimming. I only do swimming sports, so I don't run or walk or anything. And of course, because like I can't go swim now, like of course I stopped.
All right.
I'm skipping the gym.
Good guys. Then I may have a solution for you. So just about the history, WhatsYourz started when I was stuck at home, not able to go surfing or play rugby, and looking for a way to stay fit and be ready when everything will go back to normal. So it is actually my girlfriend, Camila, who found the solution for me, and she introduced me to this home workout video that you can find on YouTube. It was harder than I thought. It made me sweat. I didn't lose much time in traffic, and there was no cancellation fee. But there was one issue. It's really hard to find something that suits you, and it is related to your sport. So swimming for you, for example. So I decided to create a platform to make my and everyone else's life easier. Basically, you arrive on our website. You just have to enter your sports, and it will be proposed a home workout adapted to your passion and your level. Our mission is to create a huge community around sports, and where people passionate about fitness, health, and sport in general can connect and learn. So come and swim with us and join the community. It is 100% free, and there's no hard, no sign up. That's it for me.
Love
Thanks,
it.
Jimmy.
Thank you, Jimy. Yes.
Did you hear the bell? It just
yes,
went
we did.
a few. Right.
We
Good.
did. Yeah, we really did. Thank you, Jimy. And I'm going to put some claps on and well done. And my husband would love that. He's massively into his sport and missing it. So yeah, absolutely. Now, could we get some feedback for Jimy on his idea? Anyone want to pump in, chime in?
I have a question for Jimy.
Yes, great, go.
Jimy, great pitch, and I think great idea, especially for the times that we live in. My partner and I have started doing yoga from home, which is about the best exercise that we get these days. Just wondering about the functionality of your platform. Do you plan on running it as a marketplace, connecting users and personal trainers, or will you be providing the content for the workout from the website or platform, personally? Well, not personally, but your organization.
Yeah, so for the moment, it's just kind of a blog. We just viewed 100, 200 workout. We select them and we classify them on our website. But in the future, you guessed it, we're gonna try to make, like you said, a platform, an app where sports fitness coach can share their workout, and anyone that wanna practice sport, that wanna stay fit, can access a workout. So yeah, I think you had the idea like we had.
Great. I think that's a great idea. Thanks, Jim.
Thank you, mate.
Awesome. And we have had Brendan put in a question about revenue streams. So what's the business model sitting behind it if it's completely free?
There's a way to make money when you create a social platform like this one. So we can either market the platform and people can put some ads on the platform, or we make the coach pay the people that are going to upload their video on our website, or we can make the student pay the people that are going to watch the videos. So there's different way of marketing it and making money out of it. For the moment, we just want to focus on creating the community. So I think everything is free, needs to stay free at the beginning, but in the future, yeah, there's going to be some way to make money, like any business, of course.
And Robert's just asked, what's your ask? Do you have an ask?
Oh yeah, we just looking for fitness coach, fitness passionate, just to chat with them, people that want to try out the platform, and anyone that is interested in the idea or that want to put money in the project, basically.
I would
yes, David, go.
Love to understand. You said until everything is back to normal. So what's your model after everything is back to normal? Is there a way forward?
Yeah. So I had the idea when it was on lockdown, but of course people will keep, I think, practicing sports at home after the COVID. Even when COVID is finished, and just because it's so convenient, like. I fell in love with the process, and I don't think I'm going to stop even after everything is back to normal. I'll keep practicing sports at home just because it made me save a lot of time. It's free. And yeah, you can't always go surfing out because the sweat is not here, or you can't always play rugby because the weather is bad. So people will keep, I think, practicing sports at home anyway.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And thank you for all those that are providing. I know that there's some great
And Sean, Jimy Sean has written that he's running an active sports startup. So connect with him. There, you found a person just now.
I might, Jimy, I might connect you with Danny as well. Like, she's not here tonight. Danny, she's usually coming for the pitch night. She does a lot of online classes now these days, so she does, like, she's a coach as well. Yeah
Let's move on.
Thank you.
I think our next two, thank you so much, Jimy. Rod, did you just quickly want to make a comment?
Rod?
Yeah, thank you. Just briefly, people that are serious about health always exercise, or pretty much always, they certainly need to, but typically they buy products that are genuinely help their health in terms of their diet. So I would think that there's the opportunity for a platform that helps people exercise could get another revenue stream by having people sell their products, because people with small companies with products look for databases of enthusiastic people. That could be an ideal way to generate more revenue. That's all.
Oh, thank you, Rod. Good feedback.
Great idea.
We're going to...
I just had one quick one. When you play on the site, if your sport isn't in there, there is no follow-up. So there's no way to capture your email to tell them or to recapture that customer is lost.
Yeah, I agree with you. We have another idea about that, but I think they need to go on the other person. But we can have a chat about it.
Love it. Thank you. All right, Simon Mildren, you're up from HiveKeepers. And if Eva Gallant is in the house, please make yourself known, and same as Nanisha, but I can't find you in the participants. So we'll hop over to Simon Mildren. Are you there, Simon?
I'm just getting it happening now. Can you hear me all right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Hello, Simon.
I'm starting the clock now.
Greetings all. Please do. Greetings all. My name's Simon Mildren, and I'm the CEO of HiveKeepers. And at HiveKeepers, we're creating smarter beekeepers and healthier beehives using technology, IoT, and artificial intelligence. What I'm on the lookout for tonight, we're looking for software developers who are interested in joining our team. We are currently building out our software side of our product. We're already working through our hardware development phase. but critical to what we need next is to find some talent that is interested in contributing to what is a really interesting project. Second to that, has a vision to change the way food security occurs right across the globe. Beekeeping is central and a cornerstone agricultural activity that is required in order for us to enjoy all the food that we have. So that's the basic introduction. Just back to my original ask, we'd love to touch base with anyone who thinks that they have a passion in this space and are interested and excited, but have that software development capability. That's really what I'm here for tonight, so I won't drag it on anymore. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Simon.
Thank you, Simon.
With 20 seconds to spare too. Great.
Thank you so much. Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, let's get some feedback and some questions for Simon. Feel free to unmute yourself.
Hey Simon, this is David here. How are you going?
Hi David, nice to meet you.
I did not really get what's the problem that you're going to resolve with your product and service.
Sure. So beekeepers are constantly required to keep track of their bees. And in order to do so, they need to physically be present with them. We're changing that. And what we're doing is we're using in-hive sensors to be able to make beekeepers aware of their in-hive health 24/7 without the need to be physically present with their bees. The idea around health and well-being for bees is central to the success for a beekeeper and also the pollination industry.
Cool. How do you get the technology in the hives? Does anyone else want to know?
Happy to tell you about that. We use tiny sensors that fit inside a hive, and it gives us information such as temperature, humidity, acoustics. You wouldn't believe how acoustic signatures tell us a huge amount about bees and what's going on. And there's a range of other sensors from gas detection and the like that are becoming interesting for us as well.
Fascinating. Love it. Absolutely love it. Anyone else got any?
Austin has put up his hand. That's a good thing. You can use the raise hand icon so that people don't. Yeah, Austin, go for it.
Hi, Simon. I think I might have read about either you or maybe it's an adjacent or competitor company that's operating in the Bega Valley region to do with Bega cheese / peanut butter, now branching out into honey, and how they're using in-hive cameras to. It was framed around mites. I can't remember the name. Yeah, is that you guys, or how does that relate?
So there's some commercial sensitivity around what's happening there. So I'm going to just probably hold a bit back if you don't mind. But we're absolutely doing some work in that space. No, that was not us. So that probably gives you a little bit of an idea. But we've got some artificial intelligence and image recognition work that we're doing at the moment, which has some overlaps.
Okay, so I guess the question, one thing that might be, I can say what I know, which is that there's definitely action happening in this space with, Bega, which is a huge food company, big employer in the region that I'm in. And I guess my question that you can probably answer is what's unique about your approach?
So from what I understand about the Bega approach, it's just focusing on one particular pest and one particular issue with regard to bees. Now, it's a very big one, but we look more broadly than that. We look right across the industry and at all of the impacts that face beekeepers, because Varroa is only one of those. There are many others as well. And what concerns beekeepers is not necessarily a pest that may one day arrive in Australia, but the pest or the disease that they've got right now. So they need to be able to be more aware than just what that one solution is that you've brought up, which is a very clever and sensible solution, don't get me wrong, but there are other ways of being able to, there are other opportunities there. And I suppose the other one that's critically important, if you're a honey producer often is here in Victoria, would have their bees 400 or 500 kilometres away. If they don't time that right to go and visit their bees, they might be too late and they might miss out on the honey, or they might arrive too early and they've spent 2 days driving and all the work with moving trucks and the like around and not being able to actually take advantage. If we can tell them exactly the weight of their hive and how the honey production is looking and the status of their bees, we can really change the way that they can manage their business, manage their bees, and therefore optimise and find true efficiencies in what they do.
So if I just, quick follow up. So that other thing's all about minimizing the harm of a particular problem, but you're about maximizing output and productivity generally, as well as managing various problems.
Correct. Yep. That's a good sum up.
Fantastic. Absolutely. And loving all the, yes, go David, quickly, and we'll get on to our next one. David Heasley, you're up, just to get prepared. Go David.
Simon, one more question. What's the market that, how big is the market in Australia and globally for your product and service?
Yeah, so there's about 700,000 beehives in Australia. That's approximate. It's growing quite quickly every single year because it's popular and it's increasing industry. There are nearly 100 million beehives globally. Now, the entire pollination industry relies on honeybees. 2/3 of the global pollination industry rely on honeybees. So not only is it just the beekeeper and the bee, but it's also the growers globally for whatever goes on your plate day and night for what feeds you. A huge portion of that relies on pollination and therefore bees. So it's quite a significant industry that's worthy of protecting and being involved with.
Absolutely is. Thank
Actually,
you.
It's a $4 to $6 billion industry in Australia is the pollination industry. That's the reliability that's required there on the bees.
Amazing. Can I just ask one quick question? How did you get into so are you a beekeeper? Obviously, it's your passion.
I am a beekeeper. I started as a small scale beekeeper and I still am one today. And can I just warn anybody who starts down this path, I can see it in your eyes and your interest, careful, it's addictive and you won't stop and you'll go forever. But it's just how it works. Just a general interest became an obsession.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I love it. Love your passion on it too. It's fabulous. Okay. Well, we'll stop there. Thank you so much, Simon. David Heasley. Thank you. David Heasley, you're up.
Are you ready?
Are you there, David? Yay. Okay. Over to you.
Okay. I've started a small business called IPinfocus. And the idea behind it is I've spent years in defence and consulting around intellectual property, technology and so forth. So what I'm offering is a bit of a service where I can apply that knowledge and my legal training to help people manage, identify and capture the intellectual property and protect the intellectual property in their business. So it's just a startup. It's only been going a couple of weeks. I'm just getting the business going. And basically, I'm just trying to, I'm trying to network with people. I'm losing my voice. I've been on conference calls all day. I'm trying to network with people who might be interested in using that type of intellectual property assistance, for want of a better term. At this stage, it is not a legal firm. It is purely helping in the intellectual property space. So that's basically it.
Okay. Thanks, David. I'm losing my voice too. There are 15 seconds to spare.
That's really good, David. Why don't you just put what sort of businesses are you are your skills best used to work with?
Yeah, technology, defence suppliers. I can see some applications in bees, in the technology you guys are doing. Basically protecting intellectual property, protecting trademarks, telling you how you can map the intellectual property in your business. So that type of industry, but I suppose is the easiest way to put it.
Okay. Austin, you had put up your hand. Go for it, Austin.
I'm just wondering if David can help out with people sort of assessing the patentability of no. I'm getting a big convinced no there. Yeah.
Let me clarify that answer. That's a lawyer's answer, isn't it? To deal with patents, you require to be a patent attorney. I'm not a patent attorney. I'm happy to give some very, very vague advice on, yeah, your idea is crap and it'll never be patentable. But if it goes any further than that, it requires the expert services of a patent attorney. They do it for a living. They have an engineering or a science background, and that's not me. It is not my space.
Thanks for that. I'll chime in there that through Legally Yours, we do have, we've just recently had a patent attorney join who's one of, he's fantastic. So if you are looking for a patent attorney, legallyyours.com.au, we've got a patent attorney there that can help. So he's amazing, but wonderful. Well, any other feedback from David? Yes, go Rob.
Hi, so David, in one word, the why. Why would someone say, oh, I need David Heasley?
Because most people have got no idea how much intellectual property they actually own, or the type of intellectual property they own, or how to categorise it.
And then, and we don't know what we don't know, right? So then what's the loss when we don't know that, when we don't approach someone like you?
What's the loss? Well, Karen can answer this as well as I could. Someone could steal your ideas, someone could steal your trademark, someone could, if you don't copyright materials or books or whatever, someone could steal those. You know, it's basically you could lose the IP in your business if you don't manage it correctly. And then getting it back is a damn sight harder and a lot more expensive. That's when the lawyers come in.
Yeah, interesting. Thank you.
And I think the wonderful thing, I have had the privilege, I will put a disclaimer in there for the legal sake, that I have spoken with David before in the past. What David brings to the table is that real commercial nous combined with the legal, which, you know, I work with lawyers day in, day out, and, you know, a lot of them are very good practitioners in terms of the law, but they may not have that commercial background to couple it. So again, that's an amazing selling point that David brings with that level of experience.
Thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Question, Karen.
Anybody else? Yes.
Rod,
Oh,
you
yes.
put up your hand? Okay, Sebastian, after that, Rod, and after that, we'll go to the next speaker.
Okay.
David, good pitch, mate. So just want to confirm, are you actually an IP lawyer who will be trying to protect people from the legal point of view?
Okay. I have a practicing certificate. I am a lawyer. At the moment, I do not have a legal firm. I'm starting one up on that separate.
Oh, okay.
What I'm doing is offering a commercial service at this point in time, not a legal service, because I cannot practice as a lawyer until I go through a whole heap of hoops.
All right, though. So in the event that one of your clients needs legal help, you would then refer the client on then, or you to a lawyer?
If it was outside my area of expertise, yes, I would definitely flick them onto someone else, e.g. Karen's firm.
Yeah.
For argument's sake, yes.
Cool, yeah. Okay, thanks, David.
Thanks, Sebastian. And Rod, over to you, Rod. You had some comments.
Thank you. I have many years' experience creating and protecting and defending IP and various types, and I've had many attacks. And I think the position David's taken is exactly right. The IP attorneys that I've used have been very good, but they don't always take a strategic approach. They certainly don't always take a commercial approach, and they, in my experience, tend to put much more emphasis on patents rather than the other types of IP that are very valid, like even how you take trade secrets and create value out of it for investors. So I think that there's a hell of a position, and I'd like to talk to you, David. Good pitch.
I'll put my contact details up on the...
Love it. Can I just say this is the best thing about these pitch nights, and I get the privilege to MC, is to watch these relationships and the chat and all of this. So this is exactly what we're doing. We're empowering everyone. Well, thank you so much, David, and thank you everyone for your constructive feedback. Rod Lewis from MediKane Holdings, over to you. Are you there?
Yes. Okay, starting the clock now. Go for it, Rod.
So I'm Rod Lewis. I'm the CEO of MediKane, or MediKane Holdings. We have a business that's made some significant breakthroughs biochemically in the health areas, in several health areas. One is diabetes. There's no treatment in the world that fully treats diabetes, no drug. They help you live with it, but they don't properly treat it. And we've got a breakthrough that appears to do just that. It's had 3 clinical trials in Royal Melbourne Hospital, and we're actively doing preclinical work in Royal North Shore Hospital, supported by hospitals in Chicago and other places in the US. The analysis of how the stuff works is being done through various universities here and overseas. Our target market is people twofold, living with diabetes, and our observation is that that means we target women, 40 to about 65, family women, because guys don't seem to care too much about their health. They rely on their female partner. This is not a gender bias. This is hard, cold facts. What matters to us is positioning our products to demonstrate they're natural and healthy and proven to help people with diabetes. Our second product target market is hospitals, because you go to hospitals for an operation, the painkillers cause all sorts of gastrointestinal problems, including constipation, and our product has several trials, clinical trials, relieves that quickly. So what we're after is use our products more widely, people to use it and try it, and we're raising money to fund the growth. So anyone interested, I'd love to talk to you, and thank you for your time.
Oh, Rod, thank you. And apologies that I didn't realise you were the Rod. That was a very awkward introduction. Thank you. That was absolutely fantastic. I think we've already got a question or a comment straight off the bat. Sebastian.
Rod, thanks for that pitch, mate. So are you mainly selling some tablets, natural tablets?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm having trouble hearing that.
The question is whether you're giving some sort of natural tablets.
It's a natural product. It's not a tablet. It's a powder. We haven't got it in tablet form. We've got it in like a single serve sachet, and we've got it in a powdered. So you stir it into a glass of water. Easy to use. Not as easy as a tablet yet.
And so presumably there are relatively few side effects with your product.
I'm sorry. There's something wrong with.
Yeah, he's asking if there's side effects.
No, there's none. No, it's this product is registered as a food. There are no side effects at all, other than you reduce your blood sugar. It cannot be overdosed, and importantly, it can be taken alongside other medications, which for older people, which is our market, a lot of them have other medications. They can take our product along with other medication, and sometimes they're additives.
Right.
Thanks, Rod.
Sorry,
David.
Where do you buy it?
We're not well distributed yet because we've spent all of our time and money building the science, but it's in a range of pharmacies, and if you're in Sydney, Mr. Vitamin, but it's online. It's on our website. It's nutricane.com.au. I'll put it on the thing, but it's also on amazon.com.au. Soon to be on amazon.com.
Awesome.
Great.
Any other feedback or comments before we move to our next picture, which is Sean Wrigley? So get ready, Sean.
So what I would love to understand more, how is it improving the life of the people that do have diabetes drastically?
Two ways. Firstly, for most people, long-term users, people get worse over time because the current medications, all of them, allow the condition to get worse. So over a period of 5 or 10 and 20 years, people will end up with stronger doses or a cocktail of drugs. At this stage, our product has demonstrated does not allow the condition to get worse. So the first thing is it looks like it stops it. There's a lot of other science which I could talk about, but not in the time. But importantly, a big part of our demographic, both here in the US, people are actively looking for products that are natural and safe and proven, rather than drugs. There's a big movement against drugs unless you desperately need them. And we can happily say, with ample scientific evidence from universities and hospitals, it does work, it is safe, and we've got proof.
Brilliant stuff. And there's been a massive call out for you to put the link in the chat, Rod.
Yeah.
And you've already got a customer, Cloud, saying she needs to buy them now.
Oh, well,
yeah,
people on the call.
I put the link there. Actually, I have links of all the people who booked in the pictures. So that's what we do after the event. We sort of put this recording, and all the links will go in the YouTube description. But I'll paste them as they pitch.
I love it.
Go ahead, Karen.
Sean Wrigley from Lelapa, you're up. Please take the floor.
Hey, good evening, everyone. My name is Sean, and I'm the founder of Lelapa. So at Lelapa, our mission is to connect people with groups that do physical activities. So currently we're being reminded about how much we love being around others. And for many of us, those human connections combined with the endorphins of physical activity is what keeps us mentally and physically healthy. Now, there are about 15.7 million combined Aussies who love to walk, run, and cycle. And that's our target audience. We've got a little bit more, we've gone a little bit further down. But when we compare that to the only 1 million participants who play AFL, netball, and cricket, it kind of tells you what the great Australian games are versus these activities. And that's the problem. Many of these activities are decentralized, meaning we can't actually rely on word of mouth, nor can we rely on Meetup, Facebook, or Google to find them, because we need tailored results based on location, day, time, cost, ability, and much more. So you may be a mother new to an area and you're looking for other mothers in that area to walk with on a Sunday afternoon. Or you may be a hardcore cyclist looking for a group that you can head out with before work in the city. But there may be parking, toilets, pet friendly, and other questions about if this is a female only session. Well, Lelapa sheds light on the unknowns that stop you from actually joining these groups. And if you're a group organizer, it can be a centralized platform that connects you to your group, as well as managing the details of people for emergency contacts and sharing those lights. So currently we're under an MVP and we're trying to grow. What I'm after this evening is to branch out, expand our network, and find a technical co-founder with any developers that may want to help too.
Thank you, Sean. Fantastic stuff. I think you hit all those points. Have we got feedback for Sean or questions or questions?
Sean, if I may.
Oh, I think yep, go.
Okay, I go.
Yes, you go, David.
Sean, that was fabulous. I have two questions. First, what's your MVP looking like? And why can't you implement it on platforms like Facebook,
Well, currently we're
existing?
Well, we're currently building out an MVP. We're probably hoping to get beta users by the midway through this month to the last month. Unfortunately, it has been built with the kind of expertise, and I'm super grateful for the support of volunteers. Without being able to actively collaborate in person, it has given us a couple challenges as well as other commitments that have come along, which is why I'm really trying to emphasize a technical co-founder to really assist me. With regards to why this isn't being solved, the problem isn't being solved. If I am looking for a group in South Yarra that can meet on a Tuesday before 7 a.m, because guess what, I've got a job that I need to go to, or you may be a mum and you get a 3-hour window in the afternoon. That's how people search, and that's how people schedule their lives, their calendars. Unless you know the exact group already, not even those are showing up on Google, because guess what? They're not paying for SEO. They're not getting actually indexed by Google. So word of mouth doesn't work when you're new to a group, new to a city, when you're actually scared of joining a group that you've heard of. Because guess what? If you have a little single fixie bike, you don't want to go to a group at 5 a.m. across town, just because you may be scared that people are going to ride at about 40 k's an hour compared to your 20. So shedding light on that. Not all walkers are the same. Not all runners are the same. One of the groups I love, their motto is unapologetically pursuing athletic performance. And guess what? That's not for everyone. Some people want to have a little jog and a coffee, but we want to be able to differentiate that and dig deeper and deeper into that search.
I love that. Oh, got David, did you have a follow-up?
Thanks a lot for that. What is your, how many subscribers do you need to actually make that work? Do you have an idea about that?
So based on subscribers, I'd say subscribers to actually want and to find a group, I'm looking at just a base user group of, say, within Melbourne of a couple 500 to really build out that kind of a mailing list. What I am grappling with is also, I want the group to be free to actually post the listing. However, after that, to actually unlock further functionality, invoicing, tracking waivers of liability, emergency contact that you pay for. So with that, to build out the proof of concept for paid users, I'm looking at about half a dozen before really being able to take this to another level and be able to seek active investment, I think. So there are a couple kind of different users, similar to an Airbnb concept. Who's the user? Someone making a listing or someone making a booking. So they're those two sides of any marketplace.
Yep, marketplaces are the hardest to build, I would say, suggesting, since I've been trying to do it for about 5 years. Austin, you put your hand up. What would you like to say?
I just think, I mean, this is just my instinct, but something like emergency contacts is not a good feature to make one of the premium features, because it's to do with people's safety and an emergency situation. And if people feel like you're not going to take care of them in a situation where they've been injured, unless they put down money, that's not sending a vibe that makes me want to sign up. I would say that emergency contact details and stuff should be part of the free version, and you'd need to find something else to monetize, because, you know, safety first, and safety shouldn't be something that you pay extra for.
No, absolutely. Poor choice of example, but no, I agree. And I think that's kind of at the heart of my mission in terms of fitness shouldn't be a privilege, and the actual heart and soul of what I want to do is about the kind of smaller passion projects and helping them scale up. So absolutely, and fitness is at the cornerstone there.
I love it. Thank you so much, Sean. And I just probably wanted to add as well, having got parents that have just done a sea change to a completely new area, that, you know, they're over 65 and they would have they'd love something like this to be able to tap into, you know, because they want to join walking groups and cycling groups and golfing groups and different things. So there's probably even, I don't know if you've turned your mind to that sort of demographic as well, but you know, certainly that's something there. Was there someone else that just wanted to make one last comment before we move on to Austin? Yes, go Rob.
I just wanted to emphasize, and maybe this is come from Austin and David comments as well. Sean, you had a beautiful, one of the most amazing inspirational stories you started with about how important this is to so many people compared to NFL, which is very poor, for example. Just the connect from there to the how do you actually address it wasn't that strong for me, at least. So I think maybe that's something you want to make stronger in your pitch, because you start so powerful, and not that the other message is not powerful, it's not as powerful. So it likes look you get
I appreciate that, and I'm learning every time that I open my mouth and explain the concept to someone. So no, really, I'll take that on board. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Rob, and thanks, Sean. You know, it's wonderful to get that feedback, and I can tell you now, it takes a long time to perfect these pitches, and this is what this group's all about, is to give you that sort of confidence and practice again and do all those things. So wonderful stuff, good stuff. Austin, you are up. Athula, did you want to start the timer?
Yes, starting now. Where's Austin?
I'm right here. Now I'm just looking at the 5 points that we've got. Have I got my camera on? Yes, I do. Good. I'm going to start with, I've kind of moved them around a little bit, but I'm not doing it in the prescribed order. My name is Austin. I'm the CEO of Write in Stone, which is my company. I'm also one of the founders. The problem that we are trying to solve is that of trust and disinformation. So we're taking on this massive problem that's going on, where people don't know who to trust in an online environment, which has other, and in other places such as, you know, academia, research, investigators, anytime you're building knowledge and finding out information, we're a tool for you to make that information trustworthy to the recipients of that information. And the business idea or description is that we make video bibliographies. So if anyone is aware of the video games streaming platform called Twitch, sometimes we say that we're Twitch for journalists. So the idea is, as you're working away at your desk or in the field, but I'll just use the desk example for now, you're capturing your screen as you go. So you're backing up all the source material that you come into contact with. when you find something that's important or interesting, you turn on your webcam and you add a little commentary. And so for a journalist, those little commentaries, like a little playlist of, 30-second videos showing the source material that's been used, then gets embedded in the story, which allows people to raise revenue by placing video ads and so on. So this is it's about fixing trust in a way that's revenue positive. And I've run out of time, so I can do the rest in the questions.
That's all right, Austin. Do you want to put your ask in?
Well, look, we're always looking for investors and engineers and customers. Probably we're best suited for engineers at the moment, so that's the least urgent. But if someone's a blogger or a journalist, or they do any kind of research work that they present in a digital context, hit me up and I'd love to take you through a tour of the product.
Thanks so much, Austin. Love it, and love that microphone too. What have you got there? I'm always interested about what people are using. It's
a Zoom 4.0 something or other. It's actually it's a music one that I bought secondhand from a musician friend, because I was doing a lot of these meetings in the COVID era. So, and it works with our product too. So when you're recording your little commentaries, it's audio is everything really.
Absolutely.
It's more important than good quality video sometimes to have good quality audio.
Agree. Okay, have we got some questions or comments or feedback for Austin? Go, Rob.
Hi, Austin. Sorry, I lost you there because you started about disinformation and I thought you were going to talk about journalism or I don't know.
Yeah, no, our product is...
and then, no, just let me ask, please.
Sorry.
And then you started talking about games and Twitch and I lost it. I'm not sure who is the audience and what is it? Is it suitable for me or not?
Okay, so it's not a two-sided marketplace, because we're not trying to sell anything, and only the journalist has to join. But with the journalist uses our tool to present their work to the public. So the journalist, if you check on, I just put a link. Oh wait, I put that I thought I put that to everyone. Let me put it to everyone and the group. I'm just going to, on our website, there's a demo that you can see. So a journalist uses our tool to track their process rather, and then share that with the general public as part of the article. So a lot of places are, and the technology we're taking is what people are already using in gaming. So we're bringing an idea that's already happening in gaming media and bringing that into journalism. So that's where the gaming part plugs in. So, in gaming, they're using screen capture, and in porn, they're using webcams. And we're doing what always happens in journalism, is we're taking ideas from gaming and pornography and then bringing them in 10 years later into journalism.
I like that. That's funny. Okay. And any other questions, comments, feedback?
I will refrain from equating journalists with porn.
Don't want to insult the porn stars, I know.
Correct.
So if I may ask, what makes you the trusted authority? I mean,
we don't do anything. We are not there to verify people. We give people a tool to show their working to the public, right? So with our product, you can capture your workflow in a really streamlined, rapid way. So if you're working for 2 hours, it might take 5 minutes longer. And then you've got this video content that shows, this is the source material I was looking at. These are the steps I took. So that's why we use the term video bibliographies. Is what we're building. And it's also, there's a strong business case, because it also provides, a lot of newsrooms are firing journalists to hire video producers, and they call that the pivot to video. And that's destroying the quality of the information that's happening online. So what we are is video without the pivot, taking the research process and turning that into video, which informs the audience and trains them in how to practice good information hygiene, how to check their own facts, how to do a reverse image search, or how to file an FOI, or whatever that is. And that's a new kind of content and it's something that only quality and prestige journalists can do. People who are just copy pasting or making stuff up don't have a research process to share. So this is something that the good guys can do, the good guys, good girls, the white hats, the good actors can do, that the sort of cannibalistic journalists, as we call them, the people who just churn out content and don't understand the material, they can't do it, because their whole business model is based on, I'm going to produce 8 pieces of content before lunch. So there is no research process. And I'm serious. That's the kind of numbers that those people are turning out. And that's the business model that's currently eating up all the advertising dollars, while the people who are doing the real work and actually producing journalism, they're losing money. I'm a former journalist, so that's where I come from, having experienced this problem and thinking, what can we do to solve it? Because it's, you know, it's getting worse and worse and worse.
You should start your pitch with that sentence. Thank you.
And thanks, Austin, because my question was going to be about your background, and you're obviously very passionate, so you can tell you're coming from that perspective, which is awesome. Well, we might actually turn our mind now, and please continue to put some stuff in the chat to Austin if you've got questions or thoughts or feedback, but we'll open the floor to some impromptu pitches. So I've actually already had one person put their hand up to do an impromptu pitch, so that's Varia from Our Sky. So Varia, do you want to do your pitch? And Athula, are you ready to do the 90 seconds?
Yes.
Sure, thank you so much, Karen. Hi guys, I'm Varia from Our Sky, and today I actually came with an ask. I don't want to pitch my company. I'll briefly tell you what we do. We do software development for big and small companies. We do websites, mobile apps, and AI-powered solutions for startups and also for enterprises. And actually, I wanted to ask you if you guys, any of you are interested to be our beta users of our newsletters. We want to do newsletter for specifically Australian market for Australian startup founders to cover all topics that might be interesting for founders, such as related to tech, of course. Such as how to turn your ideas into digital products, or app development 101, terms that non-technical developers, non-technical founders should know. I would love if you guys are volunteering to subscribe and receive a monthly newsletter about updates on the market and in tech, and about like topics that are interesting for founders. Thank you guys. Hit me up if you want to be our beta users. Yay.
Yay, well done you. That's awesome. Well, will you put your, so you'll put your details in there, won't you, Varia?
All right. Yeah. I'll put my LinkedIn in the chat and just reach out to me.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay. Any questions for If not, we had Obsi, I don't know how to pronounce your name, who privately messaged me saying he wants to do an impromptu pitch.
Yeah, thanks. So I'm Opsi, and I'm working on a video app that decentralizes business communication. So we're commoditizing time. I'll start with the problem. So currently business communication is segregated, and it involves repetitive and time-consuming briefings. Currently there's a move towards remote working teams in industry, and businesses need to be able to replicate their face-to-face open workspaces. And teams need to be able to get connected more often and more efficiently than ever before. So businesses can access their workspace using their unique identifier and open up their communication channels. We use a video conversation feature that spreads through different areas of business operations. So where one person can send a video and another person can reply with their own video. And these video threads are chronological and conversational. So business leaders and other teams can also contribute to these threads. Every person in the organization is kept in the loop, and employees can work with and brief teams without sacrificing the time it takes to hold a meeting. These are live meetings, and they're redistributed in the hands of teams throughout the day. So our target market are small to medium enterprises moving to remote work. So, and in Australia, there are currently 50,000 small to medium enterprises that have 20 to 200 employees. And my ask for tonight is to connect with any other software developers who may be interested in co-developing and work with, and also would like to chat to any other business owners who can provide insight into current business communication habits. And this is pretty early stage, and I'm thinking of a couple other applications, and I'd like to chat about them.
Well
okay.
Done. Thanks, Obsi.
Thanks, Obsi.
Awesome. And
can you put your details into the chat, because we don't have any information about you, website, sure, and a little bit about the product. So yeah, any questions for Obsi?
Could I say something that might come across as critical but is not meant that way.
Sure.
You didn't tell me how it was different from Teams or Zoom, which already do business-to-business comms.
Yeah. So
does that make sense?
Yeah. So it's in comparison to Zoom, where it's you schedule a meeting and then you have that meeting. It takes an aspect of social networking and puts it into business environments. So, for example, employers and people working in teams could check their phone and see. So it's conversations that occur throughout the day. So rather than meetings held at one time, people can contribute to conversations throughout the day.
Okay.
Now I have a question. Then, how is it different to Slack? Because we use Slack in Silicon Beach. It's a constant, never-ending meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other value proposition is that it's video, so it replicates like the face-to-face interaction people would normally have in workspaces.
Okay.
Philip Hayes here. I'd certainly be interested in seeing and hearing more about it. I suppose the whole Teams, Slack, Zoom is the space that I work in, and I think what you're doing is unique and different, and I'd be keen to understand a bit more about what you do.
Sure, I'd like to chat as well.
Love it. And have you had any other impromptus come up, Athula?
Yeah, I think Hans wants to do an impromptu pitch about an event happening tomorrow. He just came back. Hans, are you there?
Hello.
Can you hear?
Yes, we can hear you, Hans.
I'm back.
You have 90 seconds. I'm timing you. Go for it.
So Fab 9, we are makerspace and we're currently closed because of COVID-19. We are launching a new product that's basically make at home DIY maker kits. Oops. So the idea is that we ship everything a person needs to make some hands-on furniture. So timber with instructions, so the person can basically make wonderful, well-designed objects in their home sheds without expensive machineries. So essentially, we're creating an e-commerce business.
Great. Put your details there, Fab 9, and you're having a show and tell tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, we have a show and tell. That's a monthly event, and we're just moving it online. That's really for hardware founders. It's like a pitch night, but we're trying different formats. We're trying the fireside chat format tomorrow. And we have Sean, he's doing a live Indiegogo campaigns, doing really well, over 200K committed. So we're excited to talk to Sean about his product called Timchi.
Timchi, yeah. I saw it at Startup Grind last December, so that's great.
Yeah.
I'll put the. Do you have the link handy for the show and tell tomorrow? Can you put it on chat?
Yes. Give me 1 second.
Thanks, Hans. And I saw you on the City of Melbourne present as well. The event that they did. Yeah, well done.
We had to pivot, so we had to do PPE, and we actually just sold out all the PPE because of the second wave. Now we're trying to figure out how we might survive. As you know, the brick and mortar business is not really pandemic proof, right? So we're now having to do an e-commerce kind of strategy. So we'll see how that goes.
So you're launching like a subscription membership or something people can make from home, or not that?
It's basically e-commerce. So you buy a kit.
Okay.
And then we're going to have videos to help you each step by step.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. So
let us know when there is, when you're ready to promote that. We'll help you.
Yeah,
well, Athula, any questions for Hans? Otherwise, we may actually kind of start winding things up and have maybe 10 minutes of everyone sort of on camera. So we'll stop the recording. But just wanted to thank everybody that participated, the feedback, the interaction, and of course the pictures. You were all incredible, and I applaud you, you know, for getting out there and sharing with us your businesses. You know, particularly in the times that we find ourselves in Melbourne, it's incredibly important to stay connected, and hopefully there's some really valuable connections and feedback that people received today. So thank you, Athula. Have you got some final words from
we discussed about prices, because we don't normally give prizes on the pitch night. But Karen came up with a price. You want to talk about your prize, Karen?
Well, and look, people might not want my prize, but I was actually, so I've been doing some videos on behalf of the Silicon Beach Group, where I've just been sitting down with a business owner to talk a little bit about their business and share their story. Something I'm very passionate about is being able to share people's stories and their why behind why they started their business, and obviously what their business is about. So if you would like, we thought a prize could be actually sitting down and doing a 10-minute video with myself, which I'll organise, and then we can actually share that around via all of our networks on LinkedIn and different socials. So that was one of the prizes. And then Startup Onramp have got some things too, haven't they?
Yeah, Startup Onramp, we did a fantastic presentation. I'll share that recording with all of you all who missed it. Some of us were there. I have offered very kindly a group mentoring session for startup founders who are just starting, first-time founders, or even people with an idea and exploring the possibility. For up to 4 people, a group mentoring session will be all online. The Startup Onramp is based, the founder is based in Brisbane, but it doesn't matter. Now we're all used to this online thing. So what we'll do is we'll discuss the winners afterwards, because we're all tired and hungry and crotchety. So we will discuss among the pirates of Silicon Beach, like a pirate's choice sort of thing on Slack. We have a private Slack channel for pirates. We'll decide the winners and we'll let you know. We have all your contact details. Yeah. How about that, Karen? Is that a good idea?
I think that's a fantastic idea. So thank you. So why don't we end proceedings officially? And if you'd like to stay on and have some networking chats with us or video chats, feel free to stay on. But thank you, everybody, for another really successful pitch night.
Yeah, I'll stop the recording and then we can chat for another 7 minutes. We can end in the recording. Thanks, everyone. And thanks, Karen, for a superb emceeing session.
Thank you. And I'm not crotchety.